Alright guys, welcome back to another Dissidia Duellum Final Fantasy video. That's an intro that I'm gonna have to get used to because I'm so used to saying Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. It's gonna be something that I'm gonna have to get used to, so bear with me. But yes, the announcement trailer dropped earlier this morning and the website for this game has been updated as well. We do have a somewhat of a confirmation as to when this game is going to be dropping, and it is going to be dropping next year for 2026. But we do also have a closed beta coming up here in November. So if you haven't signed up for it, make sure to do so. I will link this website down in the description of this video. So we are going to take a look at the announcement trailer. Now, I'm not going to play the full trailer because I was reading a copyright notice on their website, and to try to avoid getting hit by a copyright strike or anything by Square Enix, I'm going to do this as safe as possible because I don't want them to ding my channel, and then, yeah, we're going to have to... just a whole bunch of problems. So we're gonna look through the announcement trailer, then we're gonna pick at a couple things that I noticed on their website that I do want to go over, and I'll give my first impressions as well. So there will be timestamps in the description of this video if you want to look at specific things that we are gonna go over in this video. This video might be a little bit lengthy, just a heads up, but there's a lot of stuff that we are gonna be going over that I want to give my thoughts and opinions on, and of course I would love to hear what you guys think down in the comment section below. What did you think? What was your first impressions of the trailer? Like, what do you think overall? Like, are you excited for the game? Are you willing to give it a shot just to see, like, what's up, what's going to happen, so on and so forth? So, feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and we're going to look through a little bit of this trailer, but not too much. This game is definitely going to be based off. It's going to be based out of Japan. The characters are basically just a lot of the characters, a lot of the Final Fantasy characters that we are familiar with, and it seems like, I guess in their words, they're going to be quoted as ghosts, but I mean, really, it's just going to be the spirits of some of the characters that we know all too well. It seems like the company that is going to be, or I guess like the team that is going to be working with, or that is going to be operating Duellum is going to be NHN PlayArt. I'm not too familiar. I don't even know if I'm right when I say that, but I'm going to assume that they are going to be part of the, or they're going to be the dev team for this game. So yeah, they showed a fantastic trailer, and that is going to be the title for it. Now, a couple things to note about. One of the first things that I saw was the 3 versus 3 team boss battle arena. So we are going to have our team. We are able to pick our team. There'll be 2 teams versus monsters in exhilarating battles. So me right there, immediately, I'm like, okay, we're able to kind of, it's going to be teams of 3. Yeah, teams of 3. And with that, I mean, there's going to be characters that will have like maybe different abilities, different effects that will actually help out said teammates, so on and so forth. The battle system is similar to just previous Dissidia games, where it's just, you know, you got your brave, you got your ability. I did notice that that these characters, they do have like special abilities or bursts, which I think many of us who have played Opera Omnia are pretty familiar with. Right here, just in this image, I also did notice that the character, for example, Prompto that we're looking at, it seems like he has different abilities, and I guess based on the rarity of set abilities, you have ultra rare, you have super rare, and then you just have rare, which to me is kind of like, for those who have played Opera Omnia, it's kind of like just your character, and they have like different abilities, whatever type of ability that it may be. If you keep scrolling, it says purify crystals accumulate bravery. So that is our way to be able to get bravery, so that way we can unleash our abilities, unleash your full power at max bravery. Defeat the giant boss faster than your rivals. Now that to me immediately tells me that there could potentially be either a co-op type thing, but definitely I can see a PvP type of I guess not events, but like there'll be PvP in this game for sure. It's what just off of that line right there. like PvP is probably going to be a thing in this game, and it also makes me wonder, like, what are we gonna be like pulling for? Like, what exactly are we gonna be pulling for? Because, like, just based off of what I see from this video and from what I have seen on the website, it kind of seems like we'll have the characters, maybe. But it seems like we might be pulling for potential abilities, or I guess in this case it'll actually be like the character arts that certain artists have released for said characters. So yeah, a new Dissidia story unfolds in modern Tokyo with full Japanese voice acting. We also have the ever-expanding with more characters and story. So it's more than likely they are going to continue to follow the same trend that they did with Dissidia Opera Omnia. So over time, they will probably be releasing more characters and whatnot. There is a little bit or some snippets of gameplay from inside the game. Ability illustrations drawn by popular artists, like I mentioned earlier, and some of this artwork is pretty awesome. Like, it's great. Then we have a little bit more. Then we also have this like little chat menu, in-game chat, where you can customize the warriors with different outfits. Now, I am kind of curious about this whole outfits thing, because in Opera Omnia, I know we're comparing. I'm comparing a lot to the City of Opera Omnia, but like, I'm wondering if we have to purchase these outfits, or are these going to be outfits that we are able to obtain in-game, or are these just outfits that we just get if we get the character, you know? So that's just things that it just makes you wonder, like, where, like, how let's be honest, how greedy is Square Enix going to be with this game? What exactly are we actually going to be pulling for and whatnot? So there's another example with Terra. Then after that, we have summons. So we do have Atomos and we have Ifrit. More than likely, we are probably going to see different summons. I'm really hoping, really truly hoping that we are able to see a good variety of summons, because in the City of Opera Omnia, we only had like, what, 8? 7? No, 8. 8 sounds about right. So I would love to be able to see different summons in the future. We have a little bit more gameplay of the characters using like their burst abilities, so on and so forth. Another thing that I do want to show off before we switch over to the website is who are the next quote-unquote ghosts. Now, immediately I recognize like 3 characters. I see Iroha on the far right. I actually see Riku. So we may actually get a Riku. I don't know. We'll have to see. Genuinely, I would be surprised if we actually get Riku. The memes that will come out of that would be glorious. Onion Knight looks like the character on the far left. The character right here in the front, maybe Noctis? I'm not 100% sure. The character on the right, just based off the sword, this could potentially be Firion. And then the character on the far left back, I'm not entirely sure who that may be. You guys are more than welcome to let me know down in the comment section below who you guys think it may be. So now we'll switch over to the website, and then we'll kind of get an idea of like what characters we may actually see when the game does drop, or even when the beta happens. So if we take a look at the characters, now we do get a little bit of a description of some of the characters that more than likely we are going to see once either the beta or the game actually drops next year. So for example, for Warrior of Light, you can see this is like his, I guess like his outfit. If like just normal people walking around him would see him in, this will be the outfit that he will have. But I'm going to safely assume that we are able to switch into our original outfits from the game that we came from, from the world that we came from. So for example, with Warrior of Light, it's showing that he is going to be a support character. His characteristics: a versatile unit who provides support to allies but also stands strong on the front line. So he sounds pretty similar to the type of character that he was in Opera Omnia. he does have a passive, Light's Blessing, which increases the attack of nearby allies. And his unique ability is the Shield of Light, which if it looks like if you hold on to it, which I'm guessing there's going to be an icon on the screen, it will decrease the damage taken by all allies by 50%. And you can go and look through all of these characters, and you'll be able to see that each one of these has their like characteristics, their passive, their unique abilities, and you can kind of tell immediately like which characters that we may potentially have to prioritize, just depending on like what's going on in the game, what they are going to release, so on and so forth. Like Kane Highwind, he is melee based. You got Cryo. She is another support character, and hers is pretty interesting because it says it increases bravery gained by the team when purifying a crystal. And if you want to use your abilities just kind of based off of what we saw in the video, Cryo sounds like a potential character that we might have to chase for. She might be a character that maybe I might have to chase for, so that way I'm able to use my abilities much faster. Her unique ability, continuously give bravery to your allies. So she's probably not going to be a character who's going to be doing any type of damage. She's going to be like that go-to character that you definitely want to have, so that way you can get bravery faster, and she'll continuously gain brave. So she'll probably be near some of these crystals that we are going to have to purify. Terra is going to be a ranged unit. Her passive decreases cooldown time for fire abilities, and then her unique ability launch nearby enemies into the air. And again, I'm not going to go through all of these, but I just kind of wanted to show some examples of like what they are offering or what information they are actually showing here on the website. So again, the link to the website will be down in the description of this video, but you have Cloud, Renoa, Zidane, Lightning, so on and so forth. Now, if we take a look at the battle system, now in the website it says 3 vs 3 team boss battle arena. Now they do have a couple pictures that they posted. The first one says to accumulate bravery. I think for many who have played just the Dissidia series in general is pretty familiar with that. Hunt monsters near a crystal to purify it and gain lots of bravery. The second one, Bravery Burst, where you are able to unleash your power at maximum bravery to deal damage against the boss. And then at number 3, launch a full force attack against the boss. Use powerful abilities to defeat the boss faster than the enemy team. Again, the whole enemy team just makes me like wonder, like, is PvP going to be a thing where we are going to be going up against other players? Are we going to what are we going up against here? Because you know, with Dissidia Opera Omnia, it was just basically us, and then the only co-op that we had was just to just grind out whatever is happening, like via the event and whatnot, right? So I'm kind of wondering if we are going to be doing something similar to how it was in Dissidia Opera Omnia, where we're not actually going up against each other, we're working together to be able to beat said boss. Or are we actually going to make this a little bit competitive, where we're going to see like which one of us is actually going to be the better player in finishing the boss off first. Next up, we have abilities. Acquire abilities to get the upper hand in battle. Numerous ability illustrations newly drawn by popular artists, and we have some fantastic artwork here on the site, and of course they showed many more in the video, in the announcement trailer. Now this right here, I kind of feel like this is probably what we are going to be pulling for. I feel like we are going to be pulling for abilities, or maybe, I guess in a sense, like if, again, I keep comparing it to Opera Omnia, but I guess if you want to compare it to Opera Omnia, we're basically just pulling for their weapons, except that it seems like we are going for their illustrations, in quotations. So I feel like this is going to be our weapon version for said character. Next up, we have the 4 roles for characters in-game. We have range, melee, support, and agile. We do have some customization where we can change up the style with required looks or required outfits, including a new look adapted to the modern world. We can acquire memorable scenes from the Final Fantasy series as rewards, and you can set them to boost your character stats. Another nice little feature that I actually really appreciate is background music, where we can obtain music tracks from Final from the Final Fantasy series, and their arranged versions to elevate your battles. I actually like that feature a lot because there are a lot of songs from different Final Fantasies that I would love to hear while I am battling the boss, and I really appreciate that feature. So my overall impressions about Dissidia Duellum, I don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Yeah, I am excited about the game. I am excited to try out a new Dissidia game. I am a little on, not really on the fence, but like more so like I'm being careful. And the only reason why I say that is because of how, you know, Square Enix has treated their previous mobile game titles in the past, with how things just kind of gradually start going downhill, and then all of a sudden it's just like, okay, we're gonna shut it down now, bye. Yeah, I'm being a little bit more careful on how I approach this Dissidia Duellum, only because like I don't want to go too crazy into it, be like, oh my god, this is the best game ever, everybody should try it out. Hey, you see that Mog Pass? Buy it right now because it is freaking amazing. You know, I'm gonna approach it in a different way. I am going to play it. I am going to make content over it. I do like the visuals of the game. I really like a lot of the animations. I am big on animation, so that was definitely a big plus for me. Overall, the gameplay in terms of like what we are going to be doing, or like when it comes to like fighting bosses, I am going to safely assume that we are going to be fighting many different enemies, many different bosses from the different Final Fantasies. I am wondering if they are going to bring characters from Final Fantasy 16. How big is the roster overall for all Final Fantasy games? Like, who exactly are they going to bring in? Are they actually going to bring in Riku in this game? You know, it's just like little things like that it makes you wonder, like, how, like, what the direction is going to be with Dissidia Duellum. Now, in terms of like, I guess another thing to add to the gameplay is going to be like the whole like when it comes to like PvP and whatnot. Like, is PvP actually going to be a thing in this game just based off of some of the things that we have seen, like, or I guess like the few things that we have seen so far? Is that actually going to happen? Is that going to be a turnoff for some players? Will it be PvP? Will it be heavily focused on PvP? Or if there's no PvP in general, like where is the focus truly going to be? Where is this development team, whoever they are, where is Square Enix going to take this game, and like how are they going to approach it based off of what has happened with their previous mobile titles, so specifically Dissidia Opera Omnia? Because they know, they for sure know that many of us were disappointed with some of the decisions that they actually did, and especially with how they ended Opera Omnia. So they know that we are still feeling some type of way about how that happened. But again, I'm gonna go with an open mind and hope for the best for this game. Hopefully, things can actually turn out really, really good with Dissidia Duellum, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm definitely more curious about like where the focus is going to be, and hopefully they will actually consider listening to the community. You know, see what is being posted on Reddit, see what other content creators aside from myself who are gonna be making videos for this game. Hopefully they can actually listen, take feedback, and potentially make this into a great game, and it doesn't lead here in, let's say, in a few years, into a downward spiral where they start losing players because of silly decisions that they are going to make. So we'll see what will happen with that. I am curious as to what exactly we are going to be pulling for. I do feel like we are going to be pulling for these quote-unquote character arts. The drawings, the artwork is what I meant to say, for these characters, for their abilities, so on and so forth. Because I don't really feel like we are pulling for the character. I think it's just more so going to be the abilities for the character, and maybe we may have access to the character, but we won't be able to fully take advantage of them for whatever type of content we are going to encounter in this game. So there's still a lot of questions up in the air, but hopefully I do manage to get into the beta next month, especially because the timing for when the beta is going to happen is actually really good for me, because it's not going to be on the week that I am on vacation, but it's going to be the week before. So it will actually be perfect timing for me, because I'll be able to create more content if Square Enix allows content creators to be able to do so, which I think they probably will. So we'll see what happens. But I am curious to see what you guys think overall about the trailer, what you have seen on the website, so on and so forth. Feel free to let me know down in the comment section below what your overall thoughts, what are your first impressions of this game. Again, I'm down to try it. We'll see what happens. And, all we can do is just, either we'll try it, we'll play it, or if not, we'll just move on until the next game or whatever other game that everybody is playing nowadays. Again, feel free to let me know. By the way, I mentioned it in the video that I posted the other day, but I do have a Discord server now. If you wanted to join, feel free to do so down in the comment section below. Or excuse me, feel free to do so. The link will be down in the description of this video, so that way, everybody in the community can discuss Dissidia Duellum, kind of give their overall thoughts, and then that way you guys can stay up to date as to whatever content I drop or any information outside of that. So that's about it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next Dissidia Duellum Final Fantasy video.